From the ranch to the rodeo, this is The Short Go.
Hello, I'm Chaplain Skeeter Spaulding with Cowboys for Christ, and welcome to Cowboys of the Cross. I want to talk to you today just for a minute about a rope halter. This is one of the most awesome equine tools ever invented for controlling a horse. It's made from one piece of rope, and at the very center, down here at the bottom, is the feodor knot. That's where the rope halter hooks to, so you can control your horse. So what I really love about a rope halter is it reminds me of God's Word, because Jesus is in the Old Testament and the New Testament from front to back, and he is the centerpiece of the Old and New Covenants, of the Old Testament and the New Testament. And when just after the crucifixion and he was raised from the dead, some of the disciples were leaving town. Two of them were very depressed and distraught on their way out because things had not turned out like they thought they were going to. Jesus had died on the cross. They did not realize yet that he was raised from the dead. So as they were walking home, or walking back to Emmaus, he came up on them and spoke to them, and they were astonished that he did not know about the events of the last few days. But he hid himself of who he really was to them. But that's going to change here. At the end of Luke, in verse 25, he tells them, "You foolish people, you find it so hard to believe all that the prophets wrote in the scriptures. Wasn't it clearly predicted that the Messiah would have to suffer all these things before entering his glory?" Then Jesus took them through the writings of Moses and all the prophets, explaining from all the scriptures the things concerning himself. So he is the centerpiece of the Old Covenant and the New Covenant that was just beginning. We didn't have the New Testament yet. It was being written and lived out at the time. So a rope halter is a great way to explain who Jesus is. He is the very centerpiece of humanity. He's the very centerpiece of history. And because of that, it gives us control over our life, the perspective that we need to have. So you can use a rope halter to explain in just a few minutes, or expound it into a 30-minute sermon about who Jesus is, and explaining him from front to back. One piece of rope. He is the scarlet thread from the beginning to end in God's Word. So I hope you can use this as an example to bring a message to someone, and to remind yourself of who he is, and that he is the very centerpiece of history and of what we need in our life, which is forgiveness of sin. He died on the cross, rose again to pay for the penalty of our own sin. So God bless, and thank you, and we'll see you again next time.